97 The Tech Geek here, back with another video. This one is a new purchase. This is a Medion ERAZER X1 Ultimate laptop. Here's the box it comes in. Nothing particularly amazing. And the back, just box standard ERAZER packaging. With this one, I've also gone ahead and purchased the ERAZER cooling kit V2 for this particular model. If there are any other videos that you want me to record, I'm more than happy to try and accommodate, because I understand that there's quite a few people on Reddit and whatnot that want to know more about this laptop. However, there seems to be very little content covered from anyone. Let's hopefully get this laptop in the mainstream. So yeah, I purchased this from Scan in the UK for £2,299, and that comes with a Quad HD 16-inch display, which is mini LED, and I believe can peak at either 1000 nits or 1200, so fairly bright. We've got a Core Ultra 9 275HX, 5080 RTX in here, 32GB RAM, which is upgradable, not subject to board, 2TB SSD, which is Gen 5, which is nice, not from a particularly well-known brand per se, but it apparently claims it can do 10GB read writes, so that's pretty impressive for what it is. Shame it comes with Windows Wi-Fi 6E rather than Wi-Fi 7. Does seem a little bit of an odd choice on Medion's part. However, I haven't got any Wi-Fi 7 access points. I've only got Wi-Fi 6, so realistically, I'm not going to take any advantage of it being Wi-Fi 7 in complete and utter honesty. And once again, it's a bit of the laptop that can be upgraded should you choose to. And it comes pre-installed with Windows 11 Home. Once again, unless you're looking to use this within a business environment, there's very niche cases for needing Windows Pro, but of course you can always upgrade through the Microsoft Store, something like CGS, CD keys, or various other platforms there are to purchase Windows license keys for slightly cheaper than Microsoft probably would like you to purchase them from. Outside of that, I assume that's probably the serial number. There's one of those numbers there. It is also, despite in the box saying it's a B16 X1 Ultimate, it does also go under the name of just Beast X60 X1 16 and drops the Ultimate if you don't have the 5090 edition. If you see either or, it is interchangeable, so don't think that you haven't got a certain laptop. What I'll do is just pause this while I take the laptop out of the box, and we'll have a quick look around in the box. Nothing particularly special, box standard packaging, along with some sort of bag by the looks of things. I'll try and pull this out with one hand. Better than expected. Just pop the laptop over to one side. So in the box, get a starter's manual, safety instructions, fairly thick, but completely useless. A bit more packaging, and I assume that's going to be on the floor. Power adapter. Which it goes. Based in the UK, so luckily it got a 3-pin plug, which goes into a IEC or a kettle plug, it's most commonly known in the UK, and then that goes into a fairly chunky and heavy adapter. That's quite big. It is barrel rather than USB-C or anything else, but given it's 420 watts, I think you can probably understand why Lenovo/Medion have gone down this route. Made by FSP Group, so you can probably buy other adapters should you want to keep one in an office or a room, one downstairs, or to take out and about with you. So let's just to the side of me, out the styrofoam. So, big reveal. Okay, so here we go. So just a fairly unoffensive design. Got the ERAZER logo on the front. Opening it up, it's got a film on the screen just to protect it during shipping. Got a camera with a physical shutter. Looks like it's also got IR on there for Windows Hello, which is always nice to see. So according to this, what have we got? 16-inch display. We've got RJ45, aka Ethernet port on the side. On the rear of the laptop, we've got HDMI 2.1, mini display port, DC in, Type-C with display/power delivery, Kensington lock on the side, got it with the webcam. Then on this side, we've got a USB 3.2 Gen Type-C with display and power again, which is nice to see. USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A bit of a shame they didn't go for Gen 2, which would have been 10 gigabit, but 5 gigabit, to be honest, is more than enough. And in reality, I'm probably not going to plug any particularly taxing into said USB port anyway. It's more like it's going to be a flash drive or something to copy across a file every now and then, or a headset or whatnot. Got a combined 3.5mm audio out / microphone. On this side, another Type A 3.2 Gen 1, a Gen 1 3.2 Type A, so 2 of those, and an SD card. Is that, yeah, full SD card? As to what the speeds are, I'm not too sure. Certainly a keyboard looks like. So once again, RTX 5080 in there, Ultra 9 processor. We've got SteelSeries inspired sound, a high capacity 99 watt hour battery. So for those that don't know, 99.9 watt hours is the maximum that is considered to be safe on a domestic flight. So they're pretty much topped out there. So it hopefully should help with battery life ever so slightly if you're not using it for gaming. What else do we have? As mentioned, yeah, the 300Hz Quad HD. This does say it's IPS, not mini LED, which I'm not quite sure on. That might be they've mistermed that, but I'm fairly certain it should be a mini LED, but we'll find out at a later stage. Perky RGB, QR code for Medion service, and oh great, we've got McAfee on it. Just what we want. Anyway, it's not thick, not slim either. Also, once again, not the heaviest, but also not completely light. It's reflecting on the thing. So yeah, USB ports there, SD card reader and our Kensington lock. Quite nice rubberized feet, to be honest. So got our exhausts there. Then we've got our water cooler, which, like I said, I have got that kit purchased. I'll do some reviews as to what the noise is like, how it performs in terms of cooling. Another USB-C there, which can do power and display. As to which ones here are connected directly to the integrated graphics versus the NVIDIA GPU. Do some testing with that to find out which ports sort of bypass that to ensure that you get the most performance out of it as possible when plugged in. We've got our little barrel connection, the mini display port. Not quite sure why they've chosen that, in all honesty, but it is what it is. And a HDMI 2.1, so that should do 4K 120 FPS, which is good to see. And then spin around here, we've got our Ethernet jack, which pops down, so you either have to push your finger down in there or use the Ethernet cable to push the down. USB-C, once again, with power delivery and display. USB-A and that 3.5mm mic in and audio out. Let's see if it's got any charge, just to turn it on initially so we can have a look at it. Keyboard seems non-offensive. It is membrane, it's not mechanical, but that's fine. We've got our light bar on the front there, breathing. We've got some power lights. I'm guessing that's probably flashing at me to tell me that it needs to be plugged in, and performance mode. Just going to take the film off if I can on the screen. Let's just see what it's like in terms of reflection and see if we can work out whether or not this is actually IPS and it's been missold, or if it is mini LED. That's a little bit harder than I first thought. So with that off, that isn't too bad in terms of glare. I have got lights on just to make the recording look a little bit better. Can't massively tell. I would potentially say that is going to be a mini LED display versus IPS, because I can't see very much in terms of light bleed. Fairly responsive. I'm not going to do too much more than that, because this has already dragged on quite a lot for an unboxing video. I'll probably do an unboxing video as well for the cooling kit. But like I say, any sort of benchmarks, any questions and bits you want me to show off, I will try and do my best to demonstrate, because I know this laptop has got very little in terms of media coverage, to be honest. It does have some on certain YouTube channels and websites. It does also get known as a X&G Neo in Europe. There's also a PC Specialist, also use the same framework for this. I think they call it a Recall, and they just both as an Intel variant and a AMD. And I think America you can also source it under a company called Electronics. So yeah, there's a wide range of manufacturers that rebadge this. I've chosen Medion because I believe that it actually is somewhat assembled in Germany and under the Lenovo brand, which for the most part isn't that bad. I'd rather go with that as opposed to some unknown Chinese brand, which I'd like to get any support from, at least here in the UK. That's it. Once again, thanks for watching this video if you've made it this far, and have a great day, evening, or whatever it may be when you're watching this video. Thank you.